Hey guys, it's Daniel here, and I'm here with one of my favourite humans, the amazing Mr. Andy Timmons.
I feel human today, for sure, and every day. Thank you, Dan. Great to be here, man.
So
Finally with the ATB in London.
Yeah.
It took us a few years, but we're here. Yeah.
It's amazing. We've just seen the sound check. I'm a little bit emotional, I've got to admit. It was great. We're in the borderline, so it's live venues, lots of atmosphere going on. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the clanking and clinking.
Yes. Yeah. So it sounded like a live Joni Mitchell album.
Or the Bill Evans at the Village Vanguard. It's the most beautiful piano playing ever recorded, and it's like clinking and talking.
Yes.
Luckily, it was captured though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Wes Montgomery album as well. Anyway.
Yeah. Except like we know the one.
Yes. There we go. Sorry with the fringe on top.
Yes. Oh
Yes,
my gosh.
okay.
Unit 7.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that's out of the road.
Sure.
So yeah, we're so lucky to have this opportunity to sit down and talk with Andy. Basically, one thing that's amazed me about your sound, okay, and I've mentioned this before, is that I look at you're more than the sum of the parts. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Okay,
yeah.
so how did you come to where you are now with your sound?
That's obviously a pretty broad-ranging
Yes.
subject, but the only thing that I can really point to initially is just the years of playing.
Right.
I mean, there's so much to, what's coming through the amps is what's in
Of course.
Whatever that vision is of a great tone that you might have from all the great tones that you've heard and how you imagine it yourself, or project yourself to sound. You've got this goal, and in sonic means and in expressive means, melodic means.
So you're hearing this before you're going for it.
I think that's the case with seemingly anybody that's achieved that any level of ability and expertise in their field. It's just, you have to imagine it first, I think.
Okay.
Or have certain benchmarks. There's
Right.
been guys along the way for me where it was Ace Frehley when I was a kid. Did Steve Lukather for tone.
Yep.
And then of course. Absolutely, Eric Johnson's been a guy, or Robin Ford and Larry Carlton, all these guys, and then however that comes out through what I'm trying to do, in my own way, and then express things in my own way, and certain tones can be great, but can I express through that tone?
Sure.
Certain things are harder to connect with. We've been talking a lot about gain structure, and what may be easy to play may not sound that great,
Sure.
because obviously the more gain and distortion you have, the easier it is to whittle around.
Yeah.
But it's going to be buzzy and harsh usually. And I'm usually trying to get a warm play. I don't want it to be harsh. I don't want to offend anybody's ears. I want it to be something enjoyable to listen to, not only for myself but for everybody else.
Sure.
So that's usually the caveat, is trying to find that balance of gain, but a good quality tone that's not real thin.
Can we get a demonstration of some of your gain?
Absolutely. We'll just get the basic lead tone for the night here. Is I usually like a tone I can clean up a little bit. Wouldn't mind hitting the blues selector there, the third one in, number 3. I spend a lot of time on the neck pickup.
Right.
With the sound that's actually pretty gained up. I mainly use that tone for.
So what's going on there?
Treble bleed on the volume pot for one. So when I have the volume way down on my guitar, it maintains the top end.
So treble bleed mod, you've had that.
All my guitars have that.
Yeah,
so
right,
that retains the. And so, but neck pickup, which is a DiMarzio Cruiser. It's the clean channel of the Lone Star, and actually I'm running everything on the clean channel tonight with a variety of pedals. Now that I have my gig rig back, I lost my gig rig to Lufthansa. Via Barcelona to Glasgow. It ended up on vacation at Heathrow Airport. Anyway, so the last 2 nights I had to do all this without the switcher.
Oh wow!
And I must say I was having a hard time, and not only just technically but sonically,
Yeah, of course.
We'll dig into that. But this is that heavier tone, but I'll back it. tunes like,
Amazing. So you're actually using a lot of gain there, but backed off
Yes.
to create your clean tone.
That's my clean tone.
Amazing.
And it's based on, there was an amp called the Stiletto that Mesa
Yep.
Boogie had called
Yep.
the Stage 2. And it was kind of based on my old 79 JMP. It's kind of a
Oh, wow, okay.
the Marshall type circuit. And those amps are great for this exact thing.
Right.
Like when I did Gone on the Resolution record. I mean, it's that gained up tone, which is the volume back down.
Yeah.
So it gives you that kind of crystalline top end.
But also a dynamic
And there's
element. When you dig in,
absolutely,
it just-
you're getting.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of why I like that. I'm achieving it with a Kiwi modded blues driver.
Right. And there, I mean, I had this on a show last week. They're such great pedals.
Yeah.
Mine, funnily enough, mine looks exactly the same as yours, just beaten up.
Oh, it is.
Because it's been used so much.
Yeah. And I have to credit my friend Nick Knurk, who's a great guitar player, a friend of mine back in McKinney, Texas. That's his pedal.
All right.
I'm not giving it back. He loaned it to me. You should check this out. Okay, great. Well, that's part of my sound now. Okay. I'll get him another one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Very good.
that's stolen for sure.
Okay, so your touring rig tonight. It's
Yes.
all back in.
Kind of in place. This is
Yeah.
how this is my level of organizational skills.
Yes, I am.
play.
I am going to build Andy a new pedal board. Just
It's
just-
going to happen.
It is gonna
In fact, it's
happen.
already happening right up here. Yes.
So if we go from your clean tones
Sure.
through to your heavier,
Yeah, absolutely.
but everything you're using the clean channel of the amp.
So now
plus
I'm using the
tonight?
clean channel.
Wow.
I've been kind of experimenting. I love the Lone Star gain channel. That's been part of my sound, but right now it does so great with pedals too.
Yeah.
And I'll explain the pedals that I'm using in that regard. But the clean is basically a couple of exotic pedals. It's a EP booster and a SP compressor. Sometimes I'll add a bit of the G&I coursing. So there's the cleanish.
Beautiful.
The cleanish tone. Then, like I said, there's the blues driver on the clean channel that I'll use. So some gain. Let's see, how do I play this?
That is quite an experience being up here
Wow,
with
yeah.
that sound and you doing that is.
I like it.
Man, that's amazing.
Thank you.
So the modulation in that is actually from the delay.
It's all delay, yeah.
Right.
I've got the timeline, the Strymon timeline in the loop for everything.
Yep.
It's basically always on.
Yep.
And I've got it set up to sound pretty much like my 2 deluxe Memory Man Echoes.
Right, okay.
Which has the modulation that I love so much on the repeats. But this does a fantastic job of replicating it. It's obviously a lot less volatile.
Sure.
And then I've just got a pedal hooked
Just
up.
you blend it in. Nice.
So yeah, kind of replicating the old tape echo.
Beautiful.
You know.
It sounds fantastic. So the next level
Yeah.
of gain.
Yes. Okay, the next level of gain is basically going to the angry Charlie, the JHS.
Angry Charlie.
I know,
Right.
so sweet. So that'll be the lead tone tonight for that. First gain pedal I found that I can really rely on for my entire gain, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
I also have a prototype in tonight of that pedal that we're working on.
Right.
Even chunkier, so that's a nice pedal.
Yeah.
And then I've got to put in. I haven't got it in. I have to redo my patches here, but I've got a GNI Octavia that I love.
Okay.
That's the guys in Brazil make for me, and that chorusing I'll use on the lead channel too sometimes. Some of the new stuff is kind of power pop.
That's great.
It's
That's
got
great.
a really wonderful vintage analog
Yeah.
vibe to it. So
Very organic.
and a dual mode on that too. So.
Right.
But that's
fantastic.
essentially it. And just thank you so much for building this incredible unit. I've traveled all over the world with it multiple times. It gets banged up. It's still working, and it sounds incredible. It makes my life so much easier. And everybody I work with they're always so impressed. That know a lot more about the technological end of it than I do.
The technological.
The technicalities, folks. I don't speak words real good sometimes. But man, yeah, I've never been happier with the layout. And once you build a proper pedal board for me, it'll be a little bit more.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Yeah.
Oh man, well, it's been such a joy, thank you so much for taking the time out with us today.
Well, let's do it again when you've built the new pedal board. We can
Okay.
get a bit more expansive with this and chat a bit more. And I learned so much hanging out with you that we need to make time to do that.
So this is Daniel signing off live with Mr. Andy Timmons for that pedal show. Thank you once again so much
Thanks,
for hanging
Daniel.
out.
Thank you guys. Thank you.